Hi, I'm Brett Larkin. Welcome to 18 Days of Yoga for Your Body and Soul that I'm hosting with Yoga Outlet. Today's inspiration word is to restore. So we're going to be doing a restorative yin-based practice to counteract all the yang active sequences we've been doing thus far. You're going to want a yoga strap or something you can use as a strap, so you can grab a towel from the bathroom and roll it up, or your actual belt from your pants. We'll also be using this Pranayama bolster at the end. If you don't have one, don't worry, just grab a towel or blanket and I'll show you how you can fold it to make this shape. If you don't have any props at all, don't worry, you're still gonna be able to really enjoy this sequence. First thing we're gonna do is just take the feet as wide as your mat and let your knees drop in towards one another. Place your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your belly. Just make a big effort here to just really hear the breath. So you should feel your belly and your rib cage lift underneath your palms as you breathe in, and soften as you breathe out. And with the knees touching and the feet as wide as the mat like this, we're just giving the low back an opportunity to find more space. So this position should hopefully feel good on the low back, and you can come back to this position in any practice. Feet as wide as the mat, knees touching, just to kind of bring the low back into neutral. Just step into the role of the observer of your breath. So the word restore means to bring back, to bring something back to its original state. And our yoga practice, we can see it as this thing that helps us bring us back to our truest self. Throughout our day, it can be easy to be stirred up by our own emotions, things that are going on, if we're late. And the yoga practice helps us bring us back to our true self, our true values, who we really are, and to drop back into our biggest self, the self that is wise, calm, omnipresent, always knows what to do. That grounded, centered self. And we're slowly going to take the knees now just to the left and right. And if this doesn't feel good and you want to stay with the knees just touching, that's fine. Otherwise, I'm just dropping both knees to the right. And then I'm going to drop both knees to the left. And the goal here is don't speed up this motion, just keep it slow. So you're just sort of windshield wipering the knees. And again, this should feel good on the low back. And just some gentle motions. Good, and then bring both knees into the chest. Give yourself a squeeze. We'll come back to our back in a moment. Just make some circles with the knees. And just giving the low back a little massage. Cross your ankles, just rock and roll on your spine. And we're gonna come up to all fours. Because this is more of a restorative practice, if you do have that blanket or towel handy that I told you to get, you can pad your knees with it just to make everything a little bit more luxurious. We're just going to come into a gentle up cat and down cat, rounding. Up cat, just finding again your deep breath. Exhale, round. Close the eyes if you can. Breathing in and breathing out. We're going to come into a shoulder opener now, Anahatasana puppy pose. So you're going to reach your arms forward, keep your seat where it is. So the seat stays directly over the knees. We're not sitting back into child's pose. Keep the seat directly over the knees and just extend the arms forward. And then rest your forehead towards the ground, and great if the forehead can touch the ground. Keep the arms active, but the breath nice and soft. So for most of us, this is a nice big chest opener, stretch for underneath the arms. Really press the knuckles of your hands into the floor. 4 more deep breaths. Good, last breath. Now walk the hands back, and now let your seat come to your heels so you're in child's pose, and just drop the forehead down. Walk your hands over to the right. So we're going to take a side stretch for the right side of the body. Just walk the hands all the way to the right and think of grounding the left sitting bone into the left heel. And draw your shoulders down your back. Just send breath into the left side of the body. If you like, you can place the left hand over the right, so left palm over right to even deepen the stretch a little bit more. Hopefully you're feeling this in the left side waist. Good, and then walk it over to the other side. So just walk the palms to the right. You can place right hand over left this time. And as you do this, plug your shoulders down and back so the shoulders aren't out of their sockets, reaching really far forward. And the arms are reaching and the hands are engaged and pressing down into the floor, but we want the shoulders drawn back. Press the right sitting bone into your right heel. Good. 2 more breaths. Just opening up the right side waist. Good, and come back to center. Press yourself up. So walk your hands up. And then we're gonna sit on your towel or blanket, or if you have the bolster, you can sit on that. And make it pretty high. So make the towel or blanket as thick as possible. And again, you don't have to sit on anything if you don't want to. This is just to help us get our hips a little bit higher. Because we're going to come into a restorative forward fold. So usually in a forward fold, the legs are super engaged, we're flexing through the feet. I've been having you work on that, and we're going to come back to that later. But for now, I just want you to let your legs be like a rag doll, right? Just let them fall open to the left and right, knees bent. Inhale, long breath. And then just exhale, fold forward. Don't touch the feet. Just take the forearms to the outside of the knees. Drop the chin into the chest. And just let this be a stretch for your low back, for the back line of the body. We're not going to be here too long. Hear your breath flow. Every in-breath is an opportunity to just really feel the whole upper body expand. So you're breathing into the perimeter of the body. And the exhale, just see if you can release tension, relax the jaw, relax the tongue. So this is one of those few times in a yoga class where I'm encouraging you and telling you to round your low back. The more you draw your chin into your chest here, the more benefits you'll receive from this particular stretch. So in this position, we're really working with the fascia, the back line, back fascial line of the body. All our little erector spinae muscles, they hold us up all day. And while of course we want to focus on opening and back bending and strengthening the spine, sometimes it's really even more beneficial to just let these muscles rest and rehydrate by stretching them before we go about the rest of our day. Again, really let the chin fall into the chest. Think of the head being heavy like a bowling ball. Draw the shoulders down the back. So you want the sensation of the left and right shoulder falling off to the left and right of your spine. So the shoulders aren't near the ears. In the forearms, you can even place them on the inside of the legs if that feels better for you or just helps you release more. We're forgetting about reaching or stretching. We're just letting gravity do its work here Just succumb to gravity. Hear your breath. Some of you may feel this stretch a lot in your neck and upper back. Some of you may feel it in your lower back. Wherever you're feeling it is where you're meant to feel it. It's where your spine just needs to sort of decompress right now. My personal experience has been that it's very tight in the upper back and neck if I haven't done this for a long time, and as I do it more and more, it goes lower down my spine, the stretch. If you'd like to, you can take a micro movement of the upper body to the right and then maybe to the left. So I don't even want to call this a sway because it's so slow. It's more just like a subtle shift of the upper body 2 millimeters to the right. See what that feels like. Maybe come back to center 2 millimeters to the left, going in super slow motion. Just see if you can loosen anything up. Again, succumb to gravity. That is our challenge with these yin and restorative postures, is to just get out of the driver's seat, be the witness to the pose, and let gravity do the work. Good, and another little shoulder opener here. You can stay as you are, or you can take your right elbow, stay folded under your left, come into eagle arms, and then just keep the chin dropping, keep the chest dropping. This just adds a little bit of an extra shoulder stretch. And if you've never done eagle arms before, or this doesn't look feasible, just stay in the first variation. And deep breath into the back body. Let's inhale for 3. Breathe space into the area between your shoulder blades and exhale for 3. Good. Breathe in 3. Exhale 3. Last time. If you have your eagle arms, just switch. So you'll take the left elbow now underneath the right. Otherwise, just stay with the forearms on the ground. And chin gets heavier. And if you have eagle arms, you can also play with the same moving millimeter to the left and right. Just sort of feeling where you can find the best stretch, where the upper back can release. Maybe there's a place you want to pause. And then just wherever you feel sensation, pause and then breathe in really big to that space. Visualize your breath going into that space, whether it's between the shoulder blades or the neck or the low back. Inhale, inflate. Exhale, just think of dissipating tension, unwinding. Last 2 breaths. If you have the eagle arms, let them go. Everyone will take palms to the ground. Do not yank your head up. Just walk your hands back so they're alongside your hips, rolling and stacking your vertebra one at a time so the head is the last thing to come up. Good. Slide forward. Set anything you were sitting on. If you sat on something aside, grab your strap or belt or whatever you're going to use. Again, a rolled up towel would also work just fine. We're going to roll down onto our back. And just take the left leg long and the right knee into the chest and give it a big squeeze. Draw the knee down towards the right shoulder. Interlace the hands. Good, and then we'll just take it across the body for a feel-good twist. So left hand on the knee and then right arm in a cactus shape. So elbow bent or maybe straighten the arm. Send deep breaths into the low back, just noticing any change in the low back after doing the deep forward fold. Good. Come back to center. Pull the right knee into the chest again. Give it a big squeeze. And then grab your strap. You're going to take the ball of the foot into the strap or the belt or the towel and extend the leg to the sky. And your leg may be out here, or maybe you want to work just with the hand behind the knee and you're sort of here. Just wherever you are is totally fine. Having the strap or the belt just helps us engage through the leg more. So I want you to pull your toes back towards your face and really imagine the ball of your foot shooting up towards the ceiling with energy. So sort of how in the second day of the challenge, we really turned on our legs. I want you to turn on your legs here. So stamp your foot. Imagine it's standing on the ceiling. And then at the same time, notice your left leg, the leg that's long on the mat, and turn the toes towards the ceiling. Notice if the leg's just sort of flopping and rolled out, and press the left thigh bone down. So both legs are super engaged. Relax your shoulders, and that's the other reason I like the strap or the towel around the foot, because if you're reaching for the foot, the shoulders can hike up by the ears. So just make sure your shoulders are gliding down. 2 more breaths. Good. Now actively press the foot into the strap or the towel, and then draw it a little closer towards you. Again, actively press. So we're engaging the muscle, and then see if you can draw the foot a little bit more towards you. Good. And last time, press the foot into the strap or towel and then draw it towards you. Nice. Take the strap into the right hand, and we're going to take the right foot out to the right. I want you to make sure the left thigh bone is still pressing into the mat, left foot flexed. We're here for 3 breaths. Again, play with pressing the foot into the strap or towel. So it really helps you engage through your leg, and then you're going to be able to stretch more effectively. It's like you want to kick something away with that left foot. Last breath. Good. Come on up. Take the strap to the right hand now. I'm going to move over a little bit so I have space. You're taking it across the body to the right. And if you're at home, you might find that there's furniture or things that you can rest the right foot on, and I always encourage you to do that. I'm hitting the wall here, so I'm just going to use it. Think of sending your right hip now forward in space energetically. Big stretch, hopefully for the IT band. And if you can take the foot all the way to the floor, that's great. But I actually find you find a better stretch if the foot is 2 feet or 1 foot off the ground. So rather than resting the foot on the floor, keep it engaged and active, pressing into the strap. And you can even take your hand to your right hip and think of moving it forward. So it's like the right hip wants to lengthen down towards the bottom of the mat. 3 breaths. Good. Take it back to center as you're ready. And let go of the strap. Pull the knee in. Final big squeeze. And then let the right leg go long. Just take left hand to heart, right hand to belly. Take a huge deep breath in. Exhale all the way. Good. Inhale again. Exhale, maybe open the mouth. Good. I just want you to notice right side of the body compared to left side of the body. Maybe they feel different. Maybe the right leg feels longer. Just notice, take a moment. Draw the left knee into the chest. Interlace the fingers around the knee. Give it a squeeze. Pull it down to the left shoulder. And then take it across the body to the right, little twist. Take the left arm into a cactus shape, goalpost arms, or reach the left arm long. Send your breath into this shape. Last breath. Just imagining you're like a little sponge soaking up all kinds of peace and restoration here. Good, come back to center. Pull the knee into the chest again, big squeeze, draw it down towards the left shoulder so it's a little off to the left. Good, and then find your strap or your towel. Take it around the ball of the foot and extend the leg up. Good, get really active through the legs, so flex the toes back. Send your heel towards the sky. Imagine you're stamping your leg on the ceiling. Draw your shoulders down and back. So maybe hold down lower on the strap or the towel so you can really get your shoulders on the back and they're not tensing in any way. Lots of energy through this left foot. And then check out the right foot. Begin to activate it. Turn the right toes, so the leg that's long on the mat, towards the ceiling. Engage the right thigh bone. And then from here, see if you can even feel your hips energetically squeezing towards one another. So there's like a scissoring. Your inner thighs are scissoring towards one another. Very active, even though it's restful. Good. And find your breath. Both right foot and left foot are stamping onto the ceiling, or ceiling and sidewall in front of you. Good. And now we're going to press really vigorously into the strap or towel with the left foot. Press, press, press. And then see if you can draw the leg a little bit closer to you. Good. We'll do that 2 more times. So really press into the strap or towel, activate the leg, and then see if you can draw it a little closer. Good. Press and activate. Press the ball of the foot up, flex the toes back, good, and then draw it a little closer. Nice. Last breath. Take both sides of the strap into the left hand, and you're going to open the foot to the left. Once again, make sure that the right leg stays strong. Notice if that right hip is kind of popping up off the mat. See if you can really glue the left thigh bone down. And I have a sandbag here. Sandbags, we'll use them later, but you can also place sandbags on the thigh here to ground it down. 3 deep breaths. Really press the foot into the strap or towel. And last 2 breaths. Close the eyes. Good. Take the leg back up to center. Take the strap into the right hand, and now we'll take the leg across the body. So you can open the left arm to the left. And then I think about 2 feet off the floor is a really nice place to be. Begin spiraling your toes a little bit towards the floor. So obviously your toes can't face the floor, but energetically imagine they could. And that sometimes helps you get into a deeper stretch on the outside of the left hip. So think of the toes spinning down and then the left hip energetically lengthening towards the bottom of the mat. And you can always place the left hand on the hip to kind of facilitate that lengthening. And let your breath flow. Good. Final breath. And take the leg back up to center. Let go of the strap. Draw the knee in. Give it a nice big squeeze. And then draw the other knee in, right knee in as well. Rock a little side to side. Good. And then just roll yourself up. Rock and roll yourself up. We're setting up for our final relaxation posture. So if you have a pranayama bolster, you're just going to place that on your mat like this. And if you don't, you're using your blanket or towel and just fold it so it's about as long as your spine if you held it up this way. And then you'll just roll it and kind of play with the height so it's similar, and it feels really nice. So whether you're using the blanket or the pranayama bolster, it's just going to be long ways on your mat. I'll set this right here. And then you're just going to lie down so that your spine is actually on the towel or the bolster. And I have an eye pillow here too. Those are really nice to place on your eyes. And I have a sandbag here too, which is really nice to place on your hips for an additional sense of grounding. All these things are optional. And then once you're on top of the rolled up towel or blanket or bolster, I want you to take your arms in this cactus shape, so elbows wide. Draw your shoulder blades underneath you. So remember the day of the challenge where we did the little talon hooks with the arms and we kind of lifted the heart up? I want you to do that action here and then rest. Good. Take a deep breath in and exhale all the way. If your low back hurts at all here, I want you to take your feet as wide as the mat and bring your knees into touch. So hold the same position that we did at the beginning of this sequence, lengthening your tailbone towards the mat. If your low back feels okay, the legs can be long, or you could even take the knees out to the left and right and be in butterfly pose. So lots of options for the legs. I'm just going to take mine long. You can place an eye pillow or a shirt over your eyes just to make it nice and dark. As you breathe in, just make the inhales a little extra slow and large, just enjoying the extra chest opening that the bolster or the towel, rolled up blanket is giving you in this position. I'm going to do a simple breathing exercise here. Exhale all the air out of the body. I want you to inhale a third of the way. So just inhale into your belly and pause. Inhale 2/3 of the way. So inhale into your chest now and pause. Good. Inhale all the way. So into your upper chest now, like you're going to burst, and pause. Open the mouth, exhale completely. Good. Again, inhale just into the belly, 1/3 of the way, pause. Inhale into the chest, so you feel your ribs expand, back broadens, and pause. Good. Inhale into your collarbones, inflate the upper chest like you're going to burst, and pause. Exhale all the way. Breathe in 1/3 of the way, pause. 2/3 of the way, pause. Inhale all the way. Pause, hold, retain the breath. Exhale, nose or mouth now. A few more times. Inhaling 1/3 of the way. Pause. 2/3 of the way. Pause. All the way. Pause. Open the mouth or through the nose, let it go. Last time, inhaling 1/3 of the way. Pause. Retain the breath 2/3 of the way. Find that stillness, pause. Inhale all the way. Really fill up like you're going to burst. Pause at the top. Open the mouth, exhale. Let the breath rebound now in a way that feels natural. Just imagine you've plugged into the energetic core of the earth here and you're just recharging your batteries. Feel yourself restore, renew. And just take some time in silence here. Slowly wiggle fingers, toes. Reach your arms up overhead in a big cat stretch. Flex your feet, roll through your ankles, so make circles with the ankles. Move any props or shirts off your face or head. Draw one knee into the chest and then the other. Roll over onto your right side. So use your right forearm as a pillow, left hand to the mat. Just pause here. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. And then slowly press through your left hand. Come on up to a comfortable seat. Bring your hands to prayer in front of you. Just dip the chin. Just gratitude for taking this time, acknowledging that restoration is a part of our work as yogis, that it is even hard work to find the time and to forego a more active practice to do something more restorative. That can be a challenge for a lot of us. Deep inhale. As you exhale, just get taller, lighter. And gently open your eyes. Thank you so, so much for practicing with me. Remember that you can get details on everything I used in this video in the description box below, so make sure to expand it and take a look. Huge thanks to Yoga Outlet for making this video possible, and definitely remember to subscribe to my channel to support free yoga online. I'd also love to hear from you in the comments below, so be sure to let me know how you're feeling after doing this restorative sequence with me. From my heart to yours, namaste.